Here's
Yeah,
red.
Vampire
Everything.
playing this very intelligently. Yeah.
Nice dodge
Ooh,
there.
that rocket nearly taking him out to pass through there, but Vampire dropping back in. It's only 5 seconds left to Mega, and I think Vampire has effectively pushed Almi out of the running for this one. If not, then that rail will do it. Wow, Almi's got some major balls going on right now, and Vampire is going to be shoved out of this fight, looking to do damage, but even going across the bridge, that's going to be dangerous, but he's wanting to at least show up for Red, get in a rail. Very nice shot there at the last possible moment. Vampires is looking to do damage here without getting too invested in a fight, and so far it's working out nicely for him, but where's it going to turn around? Almi only needs one lucky rail in order to take Vamp down a couple notches, but 6-on-0, Vampire looking very strong here as we get ready for the halfway point of the map. 2 seconds left to Mega, 2 seconds left to Red. Vampire's got to make a choice, and it is the red armor.
You know, Vamp, I think, got a little bit too aggressive there. He was trying to kind of keep nipping at Almi's heels, and he's honestly, there's been some enormous mistakes by Almi to not, you know, try to use his advantages better to get more armor. This fight, honestly, this is kind of hilarious in some ways. Out of rockets, Rail will do the trick though. It's 7-0. Almi, I think, you know, he's got some really decent aim, and he brings it out in beautiful bursts, but Vamp honestly just has the tighter game. I mean, Almi, when he had Vampire weak, did not use his that weakness to collect a ton of armor. You know, he's not exploiting the weaknesses that he's creating for himself. So Vamp's been able to restack and pretty much. He won't be able to get RA though. That's a nice little drop in, but for all intents and purposes, that should have been Vamp's. That was just a little bit of a mistake. I mean, we're seeing mistakes on both sides.
Little tiny bit, but really it's Vampire's LG that is giving him an insane amount of confidence in a lot of these fights. Even when Vampire doesn't quite have the stack advantage or the position advantage, Vampire's willing to kind of lean on his lightning gun to just make things happen for him. And most of the time it's actually worked out, sometimes very roughly and just on the cusp of being a victory there, but all the same, frags are what matters. 7-on-0. As again, Almi taken down, and I really don't think Almi's quite ready for these sudden bursts of aggression once Vampire gets a beat on him with his LG. Or things like that.
Yeah, I mean, Vamp has played this fairly well. Not really a flawless game, but I am loving the LG. Only to see what the accuracy is. Yeah, it's only 26%, but
It's dropped down a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of spam there too.
Yeah, he's been able to use it in certain situations really effectively.
Oh, Vamp's in a bad position. This is a bad place for him to be. There's no 50, there's no red armor, and if he wants to hang out here, Almi can shut him down. If Almi lets him get away with this completely, it's a mistake.
Yeah, he's late, and you know, like here, he might get the kill, but he's gonna risk everything for it. 17 health. I mean, I just
if he
feel
showed him
like
just a little bit earlier, he wouldn't even.
There it is.
Do
Yeah.
Oh, very nice rail.
I was about to say, I feel like Vamp could get here and do some damage, but obviously he did.
Yeah, the player prediction is definitely going into Vampire's hands right now. Almi is responding with a lot of really great defensive rails, but they're all defensive. That's the thing. He's constantly having to run away from Vampire and is getting backed into these own little metaphorical corners time and time again.
Well, I mean, we know that Vampire is pretty comfortable on this map. He's played some serious contenders on it, and you know, I just feel like, though, what I'm seeing out of Vampire, it won't be enough as we get into the later brackets. He's going to need to continue warming up. I think that we can definitely say on hub, Vamp was warming up. And I know that this map will help him get into his stride a bit more. But again, I feel like he's going to need to continue that warm-up process if he wants to contend for the crown tonight.
Right. I really hope that this leaning on the LG, even in these inopportune situations, is kind of kind of a crutch that he knows works out on Almi, but hopefully it's something that he can pull in the reins on somebody who's a little bit more competent in that regard. 1 minute left, 12 on 0, a beautiful pop, and that is going to be sending Almi right back into the 50 health, but it's not going to be enough to fend off Vampire as he picks up a 13th frag. Coming out of the teleporter, Almi rushing forward here and backing himself down into the jump pad. Huh.
Oh, nice. Oh, rocket to the face. Oh, man. Beautiful stuff. So, yeah, Vamp will take this in 2 maps, no problem. And, yeah, Mega will keep Almi alive.
Come back.
Yeah.
This is kind of garbage time, but I think Vampire's a really smart player. You know, even though he's known for amazing shots, I think he learned playing Almi on the last map, try to negate some of his aim, you know, try to exploit some of his weaknesses, and you're seeing a completely different scoreline. So I feel like Vampire has that experience. Almi wasn't able to adjust, and this is also a really strong map for Vampire, but I really do think that he figured out, oh man, he's got a great rail. If I negate the rail and I use that positioning, then he just can't destroy me. And so, yeah, I mean, this is what I expect to see on the first map, but I got to give it to Almi for doing a really great job on Airwalk and almost beating Vampire, who's, you know, well-respected player, and I don't really think I've ever seen Almi play, but...
I wish the map pool was hub.
Yeah.
So I think these guys are just getting... Have they even picked maps yet?
I guess we're just gonna go live right now.
We're gonna go with it. All right.
That'll be life. All right. So I think we need to start off with Lost Cause. This needs to be the Lost Cause game. What do you think?
I would certainly hope so. Actually, I met him at QuakeCon, but I did not get a chance to see his game, but I saw him shaking hands and leaving pretty early on during the festivities. So hopefully here, he can bring something to the table. 100 health, having picked up first frag, 3 seconds left to Red Armor, 20 left to Mega, so Lost Cause is definitely going to have a better position for Red at the moment, but with only 100 health, he might not be wanting to risk that much of a fight right now, but walking into 2 rockets from Slasher, that will tie it back up just about 30 seconds into this.
Yeah, and that was exactly
so
what
if
he
it was
doing.
intentional leave a fight, yeah.
He was trying to not put himself at risk, but of course walking into rockets, it doesn't matter how careful you are, they still hurt. So we are tied up here. Lost Cause trying to press in on Slasher and really using the staircase to his advantage. I'm really happy with how fights in this area are panning out. Great movement, and that right there, that's experience for you. Lost Cause able to pick up frag number 2. Is very weak on health though. And he's going to go hunting for this 25. He's got it. But you can see his caution, and that is exactly why Slasher's able to tie it up very quickly.
And this is a map where if you're hunting for health when you're low, you're almost forced into mid position, and Slasher knew it. Slasher definitely had his bead on Lost Cause's face, and that is going to be a good opportunity for Slasher to bring this back up to a tie and also be in position here for the next red. He is expecting an attack, but one rocket from Slasher will be shutting Lost Cause out of that area and giving Slasher an easy opportunity to drop down on Rafiq's face and take the lead 3-2. And again, Slasher is a self-professed Aerowalk hater. For him to be up by a frag in this case might just go to show how rusty Lost Cause might be feeling right now.
It was good to see him do that rocket jump to the Red Armor, though. I think that was pretty much a crux in his last game, and even though he won, he missed quite a few Red Armors just because it can be difficult to get to, so I'm glad to see that out of him. I think that's going to be one of the main things in this game is if you can get those Red Armor grabs.
And again, Slasher's shots here are definitely bringing everything to bear right now. It's not like Lost isn't hurting Slasher at all. On the contrary, Lost is able to keep this very, very close. Only 2 frags. A little bit of an RJ hiccup there over at the rocket launcher, but he's able to pick up Mega Health and just says, you know what? Just finish it. Just fucking do it. Very, very nice response coming out of the teleporter. Slasher not quite checking his 6th there or his, 4th dimensional awareness as he goes through that teleporter.
Yeah, why would Slasher come back, given that he had to do... I mean, he had to shoot 2 rails. Maybe he thought that Lost Cause was just a little bit weaker, but Yeah, that was a weird play by Slasher. Only something. Oh wow, something
nice
you
play.
only want to do when you know that one rail is going to kill your opponent off of spawn, off of your spawn.
Yes. And that rail from Rafik before going in for that mega health, really, really nice, intelligent play. And coming back to the teleporter, he's able to just bear down the damage on Slasher left and right. And now he's got good control of this position, and I think it's fair to say that his rails are getting a little warmed up tonight. 47% railgun accuracy right now.
By the way, I just got word that QLTV missed a super close match with Boots and Fiend, minus the second map.
Yep. Apologies.
That's quite alright. Alright.
Slasher, it might be easier for him to run if he doesn't have his pants around his ankles. It's kind of a hindrance right now, but right now, Rafika is definitely taking this game back in his control. Slasher is just trying to whittle him down with LG. Ends up getting a good bit of damage off of him, but with Red Armor coming up, Lost Cause should definitely be able to own this. Now, Slasher being very ballsy right here with the attack, and the fact that Lost Cause traveled down the stairs before coming back up, maybe not the best choice right there, but Slasher's able to take a little bit of something back here. He's only at 57 health. He's being very weak, yeah.
Oh wow, huge rail coming in for Lost, and that's a pair. There it is, 11-6. Slasher will probably die here as well. Lost Cause gonna cut him off, and there it is. Very solid play. Railgun accuracy is just a beautiful, beautiful number. 59% at the moment.
Oof. Slasher keeping this close, but 100 health, that red armor is going to be very vital for him, but even more important is getting out of it without taking a face load of damage. Mega's going to be up, it's going to be a fight for it. Lost Cause ditching it at the last second, which was actually very, very wise for him. He had a huge potential to lose a lot in that situation, so Lost Cause is having to backpedal a little bit, but he's doing so intelligently, and he's getting a little bit of token damage done on Slasher at the same time, but oh, so weak. Just a little bit of lightning shaft tickle from Slasher will be enough to take Lost Cause down, bringing this to a 5-frag game halfway through this.
Slasher needs to fix his RA jump here. That's, I think, the third time I've seen him miss it in the past 2.5 minutes. Nice little ding of the spam there, able to hit Lost Cause around the corner, but he's still down by quite a bit. Now, given the weapons there, Lost Cause, yeah, only having a railgun and a shotgun at the moment, along with some grenades, but Slasher, look at this, didn't press in to try to cut Lost Cause off of the LG, and that will cost him his life right here, I think. Close to it.
Slasher ducked away, only having about 50 health, decided to play a little bit more safe. Lost Cause always looking for that Kodak moment with that railgun, and is able to peg him quite enough here, enough to keep Slasher on his toes, but that might be letting Slasher get enough distance in on his opponent in order to just bring that LG around and make it happen. Perfect. So there it is, Lost Cause making it happen with the shotty. Will be taking red armor once again, and again, I gotta reiterate, one thing I really, really, really want for Quake Live is pickup stats.
I would love pickup stats as well.
Yeah, like you said, Slasher's RA jump's a little bit of an issue, but I mean, if you really can't make it, it's okay to RJ. It just
but
it can eat
the
away
issue is that it slows him down. He loses control of the center of the map every time he tries to get red armor.
Yeah, I mean, you said earlier it's a relatively easy jump, so you know, about 10 minutes of practice, but you know, I don't know. I mean, like I said,
well, he's not a fan of it, so that's why he didn't really practice the map. He just doesn't like the map.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Screw this map.
Oh god, beautiful. Look at that. Lost Cause actually stops as he hits the fadeaway rail off of the teleporter spawn. He's like, yeah, that was a good shot. Yeah. I need a moment for myself. Let me savor it.
I really like how Lost Cause is kind of just juking up his own plays for these items here. He's definitely looking for damage before anything else. And he's getting it. 16 on 8 right now. We're almost to the 2-minute mark. Slasher is again making a very strong play on top of Red Armor, and Lost Cause will very wisely decide to leave it up. But he comes back for more as Slasher goes down the stairs. A beautiful rail from Lost Cause will leave Red Armor open, as I believe Slasher was just like, alright, how do I make this fucking jump? I hate this jump.
Yeah, I mean honestly, with the time being what it is, Slasher should just go and